The Green New Deal isn't about protecting our environment. It's about increasing the size and the scope of the federal government. Every Democrat senator running for president supports the Green New Deal. They've co-sponsored it, each and every one of them, every single one. By co-sponsoring the Green New Deal, these senators have shown Americans what they actually do support as candidates, as an agenda for America, and that's massively increasing the size of government. This year, the federal government is projected to spend over $4 trillion. That amount includes everything: Social Security, national defense, Medicare, all of it. If we were to pass the Green New Deal, it would cost up to $93 trillion over the next 10 years. Well, that's $9.3 trillion a year, more than double what our government currently spends. So you see, the Green New Deal would massively expand the federal government. And that's exactly what Democrat senators running for president want to and plan to do if elected. So don't be confused by Senate Democrats ducking this vote on the Green New Deal. This is where Democrats would take our country if they were to retake the White House. The Green New Deal would bankrupt our nation, would wreak havoc and wreck the economy. Republicans' pro-growth or pro-jobs policies have strengthened the economy and have improved the lives of American families in their everyday life at home. Because of tax relief, millions of families have more money now in their pockets to decide what to spend, what to save, and what to invest. The plan would eliminate, this Green New Deal plan would eliminate fossil fuels by requiring 100% renewable carbon-free energy in just 10 years. You talk about having extra money in your pocket to fill your gas tank. Look, just putting gas in the car would be extremely difficult if the Green New Deal were to come to pass. On the issue, Mr. President, of climate change is real, but the Green New Deal is unrealistic. While it's important, in 2017, wind and solar energy generated just 8% of our electricity. Should we have more? Yes. But 8% of what we need is certainly inadequate. Affordable, reliable fossil fuels like coal and natural gas power 3 out of 5 U.S. homes and businesses. Excluding fossil fuels would snuff out the bright lights of Americans' prosperity. It would threaten national security, it would threaten jobs, it would threaten our independence from foreign energy and all of Americans' higher standard of living. So what Democrats are proposing is essentially a pipe dream. No surprise, Democrats have yet to provide a cost estimate. They don't want Americans to know that the Green New Deal could cost up to $93 trillion over the next 10 years. Well, that's roughly $65,000 each and every year for each and every family in America. Now, the nation is already over $22 trillion in debt. So how are they planning to pay for this? By doing what they often plan to do, raising taxes. Paying the $93 trillion bill would empty just about every American savings account in the country. And let's not forget, the Green New Deal would not actually solve the problem that they're trying to solve. Really, the proposal amounts to unrealistic economic disarmament. Plus, U.S. economic decline would harm the environment. I mean, that's what we're hearing from the Green New Deal. It would be unilateral harm to our economy, no improvement to the overall global climate. They want it done immediately. They want it done drastically. It's in a level of alarm that is not in any way called for. You know, when you think about the American economy and what we're able to do in this country, it's a strong economy that allows for a clean environment. The stronger the economy, often the cleaner the environment. That's certainly the case here when you compare us around the world to other countries and their economy and their environment. So the label "Made in America" means more than just the country of origin. It means the better the environment. You know, We're being asked to destroy. That's what the Democrats are asking us to do with this Green New Deal, to destroy our strong and growing and improving economy and allow the largest polluters in the world to grow at our expense. Because right now, 13% of emissions come from the United States, but 33% come from China and from India. And emissions in the United States have been declining over the last dozen years, while they continue to go up in China and India and other locations around the world. So why do the Democrats want to do this? Well, they would like to engineer a big government takeover, or I should say, as they say, transformation of the U.S. economy. Well, there's a real solution that won't wreck our economy, won't hurt our nation, won't hurt people with jobs, won't hurt American families. And the solution is not taxation, it is not regulation, it is innovation. Republicans continue to work, and we do it in a bipartisan way, to advance innovative strategies for reducing carbon emissions. So first, we're working to promote carbon capture, and then using that carbon and sequestering it, taking it away. That means taking carbon out of the atmosphere and using it productively. You can use it for medical products, construction products, for extracting oil. You can push the carbon dioxide into the ground in the area of oil wells and get out more oil as a result, leaving the carbon dioxide underground. Last year, the Senate passed the Bipartisan Future Act. It was signed into law, expands tax credits for carbon capture facilities. Now we're advancing the Bipartisan Use It Act, which will help turn carbon that's been captured into viable products. A second way that Republicans are working in a bipartisan way to reduce emissions is by supporting nuclear power. Nuclear power generates about 60% of American-produced carbon-free energy. Well, by far, that is the largest source of American carbon-free energy. It's much more than double solar and wind power combined. In late December, we passed the Bipartisan Nuclear Energy Innovation and Modernization Act. This legislation had Republican and Democrat support. It was signed into law by President Trump. This law will help innovators develop advanced nuclear reactors that are safer, cleaner, more versatile. That's what we need to do, Mr. President. It's simplifying the process on the front end for the innovators to build state-of-the-art nuclear reactors. These advanced reactors are going to power the next generation of nuclear plants. We need them to expand the use of carbon-free energy. Now, we also need to maintain our current existing nuclear power plants, and Congress needs to address how we manage nuclear waste. Nuclear power is an area with broad bipartisan agreement, and we must continue to work together on nuclear power. Now, a third approach that Republicans are taking to reduce emissions is increasing the use of renewable energy. Republicans have repeatedly passed tax incentives to promote clean energy. These include tax credits for wind and solar panels, as well as incentives for biodiesel and compressed natural gas. Look, we know all of these innovative strategies work. We see it in America's unparalleled success in reducing emissions. This progress is not a result of taxation. It's not the result of regulation. It's the result of American innovation. Our cutting-edge technologies can be adopted globally. Republicans want to make America's energy as clean as we can, as fast as we can, while investing in promising innovations for the future. Democrats want more government control. That's what they asked for with the Green New Deal. Control of our economy, control of our lives, despite the cost to American families and American taxpayers. So, Mr. President, I would say let us continue to pass real climate solutions, not these far-left fantasies. Let's focus on what works for our environment and our economy, not what works for Democrats who are running for president. Republicans are going to continue to oppose unrealistic, unworkable, unaffordable proposals like the Green New Deal. It is a big green bomb, Mr. President. The Democrats are ducking it, they are dodging it, and they are now distancing themselves from it by showing up on the floor of the United States Senate. And those who have co-sponsored it, those who have gone on TV and on the hustings around the country saying they would support it and be for it, voted not for it, but present. Mr. President, the Democrats are ducking this for a good reason. They know what a disaster it would be for our nation. Thank you, Mr. President, and I yield the floor.